we are going to get started. Let's do this. We'll give it a few minutes, and then we will start the stream. Okay, so last night I cheated a little bit. Let me turn off the audio on my monitor here. Get some music going, and then we will get this party started. What I did yesterday was I don't know. Last night was a late night. I was working on a bunch of projects. One of which is I got Pixel Vision 8 to run in mono game, thanks to some help by Sean. So what then after I got that working, I wound up coming back onto this account on my computer, and I think I sort of figured out what the problem may have been from submitting scores yesterday. So let's go ahead and let's try to open up our project. And what it was I was trying to submit a score yesterday, and I was running into a problem where it wasn't posting correctly. So it was giving me an error, and I reached out to the team, and they had pointed out that I wasn't using the right API. I shouldn't use push. I should use a put, which I've never even heard. I don't even know. I really don't know much about, like, I really just don't know much about web APIs and calling like web APIs from something like Unity. So I'm sort of stuck with the code that Peter created, and I'm trying to just go through and modify it. So I added in put, but then it was giving me an error that I wasn't passing in the right stuff. And what I wanted to do today is I wanted to take a look at, one, I got to take a look at the put, Unity web request put, to understand what goes into it. And then two, I got to figure out how Peter's stuff is set up. So upload handler raw request. What I want to try to figure out is convert JSON serialize object request. All right, let's try to submit a score real quick, and then just take a look and see what it's serializing, and then we'll go from there. So I just need to die real quick, and then it should submit a score. Let's clear this all out. And then it should go through the logic of where it finds a match with the high scores. It submits a request. We've entered the match. Then we're going to do the web request, put Unity request. And what we're doing is we're calling this here. And it's requesting key matches. And then it says unknown HTTP error. The message back is saying that it's an invalid attribute score. Instance type number does not match any allowed primitive types. So I just need to figure out I just got to figure out in the docs what. Well, let me. Let's see here. Oh, that's new. I didn't see that before. So we go directly to our GameOn console. What I need to figure out is the documentation, tech docs, game API reference. I think I'm not going to do it today, but I want to rewrite the way that Peter wrote his stuff. I sort of see what he was doing, but I rather have this be like these more. I need to make a more generic set of APIs. It's too much to deal with. Like whenever I need to add a new, I'm looking for matches score. I need to figure out what I'm passing in to matches score submit put. Now I never even heard of a put request. I don't even know what that means. But all right. So what we need is in the headers an active session ID. So and then in the body. We need submit score request. So let's look at what a submit score request looks like. So all it should say is score and have an integer. Now, I don't know why this isn't outputting that. It should. Let's try doing this. Let's try. Let's try adding a breakpoint real quick here to this put. So upload parameters. Excuse me. I don't know what I'm passing in here. So but I just like copied this from another part of Peter's code. So there's a good chance I'm not even passing in things correctly. So let's try to get a new score. Well, okay, there we go. Cool. So what we're looking for, parameter score 36.0. So let me look at this score request real quick. What I added last night, online rank contains key, match, put score, game API, submit score, int for the score, and this is a double. This should be an int. Let's see if changing this to an int fixes it. Maybe because it had all that other stuff. Let's see. Getting some messages today. All right, let me restart the game. I need something to drink. All right, so we submit the score. Come on. Oh my God, it worked. Enter match, put Unity web request, dispose true, whatever that is, request, score submitted on GameOn. We just submitted our first score. Woo! We did it. Ship it. And then what we're doing is I'm requesting back the rank. And let's see here. Matches generic failed. And that's because current player name cannot be less than or equal to 0. All right, I can fix that. We did it. All it was that this was a double and it needed to be an int. That's interesting. I guess JSON wasn't able to parse it as a double. Whoa, that's awesome. I think what I want to do, I want to rewrite all of Peter's code. Peter was coming up with a really interesting sort of way of typing all the requests back, but I actually want to make a very generic layer for submitting just data, and then seeing if I can come up with he's like in Peter's approach, he's had to like actually build objects for every request, and it very closely matches the API docs, but it's so much stuff. Let's see if we can get, so now what I need to do is get leaderboard 1 the player's rank. Let's see if we get the rank back. I would consider it a big victory today if we can get rank working and I can add any other leaderboards. I feel like I ate too many chips. I had like a quick snack before I started, and like now I'm like, I don't feel great. Player's rank, you're number 1, baby. What was your score? 37. All right, so let's try to do a higher score. The problem is I don't have other people playing, so all right, so we did 37. Let's go for the gold. I mean, we'll always be number 1, right? Because we're the only one. Our rank is 1. That's awesome. It didn't take me long last night, but I couldn't sleep. I was really frustrated that I couldn't get this to work. And again, it's not the APIs. It's just I just don't understand web calls. I've not done it. Like, I mean, I get it from like doing JavaScript apps back in the day, but I haven't done this stuff in so long. All right, so this is cool. This actually works pretty good. What I'd like to figure out is, all right, so 2 things we need to do. Did I even start my Pomodoro? Nope. All right, so the 2 things that we want to do is, first off, let's go to the dashboard for GameOn and see if these scores are even coming through. Let's look at the high scores. Oh, look at that. No name runner. He exists. I wonder how I can test as a different player. I wonder if it's so glorious. I wonder if I delete the logic that caches the authentication. Where's the GameOn API? Class, stats, enter tournament, game API, request. All right. I'm going to remove. There's a place where Peter cached this, and I'm going to request to authorize the player again. I wonder if I can give this dude a different name. Yeah, whatever. I'm just going to try to submit the score and see if it gives me a different score. I don't know if, like, when it tries to reauthorize, if it doesn't save the authorization thing, if it creates it as a new player. No, it just says my rank's still 1 because I... Alright, so that's one thing that I need to figure out is... Right, it says that I'm 3rd... My global rank is going to be this. So what I'm almost thinking of doing is, well, we could just keep this simple. Like, well, I mean, I don't know. I got to think through how to implement this. That's sort of the problem. Let's stop this. What was the score? 41. I just want to see if multiple scores. What my gut's telling me is that the way that I set up this, the way that these leaderboards work, is that it only saves the best score for that player. It'll let you. Let me see here. Choose whether to rank the score. So I think if I made like a new leaderboard, if I made a new competition and I set it to the sum of all score wins, this would add all of their scores. But so, all right, so this is a UX problem and not a real design problem. What's going to happen is I need to show the difference between like I need to show the time that you just got and then your best time. And then it'll show you your rank. And then that's what I would wind up doing. So I would have you would be ranked in each one of these, and then what would happen is that you would see your best. So I wonder, let's look at the APIs for a second. We should be able to get back when we enter the match. Players, tournament, player tournament, players, leaderboard. Get the top N players for a match. Even if the player none of these top players. Add more attempts for the player in the match. Submit the player score for each match attempt. All right, I think what I need to do is when we get back the rank, we need to look at the current player score. Response, leaderboard. No, I don't know how, current response, that's the neighbors. I feel like this call here for getting the leaderboard returns response. Successfully gotten the leaderboard, a match ID forbidden, invalid, unauthorized. Current player, list of leaderboards, neighbor, URL for next page results. You can use it as is to make the request for the page. Get match leaderboard response. Here we go. We want to get match leaderboard response, leaderboard item. Leaderboard item. So this returns the external player ID is current player. Get match leaderboard response is used leaderboard item. what's using this? So if we call matches match ID leaderboard, which I believe is what I'm already calling, this is going to return a get match leaderboard response. Inside of this is going to get a current player. There we go. That's what I was looking for. All right, so current player dot high score. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So now when we print this out, we're going to end the game. All right. And now it says that the best score was 0, which is not the case because I'm ranked number 1. So why is that not returning the correct value that I'm expecting? Get leaderboard response item, rank, the rank of the player, and a score. Is current player. Let me try running this again real quick. Let me see if I can beat the high score. So the high score is like 6 something. So let's do a competitive run here. Whoops, that wasn't competitive at all. That was instant death. Score submitted. Oops. Oh my God. I'm trying to read the logs on the right, so I'm not paying attention. Oh, I stink at this game, huh? Ah! All right, combo of 9. Well, I'm not doing very good on these combos. Come on, we can do it. Let's beat 600. Yeah, look at that. Didn't count as a combo, though. All right, now we're doing some combos. Get a combo of 6. 2. Jump over 2 zombies. Nope. All right, well, whatever. That should beat the score. So now we have a new score of 843, but the best score coming back is still 0. Why would that be? All right, so this updated at least. So we now have a new score. High score. In 32. Let's see if just for some reason it's having a problem with converting it from back to an int. I just want to see real quick if it brings back the score. Nope, the score is still 0. So what I don't understand is online rank. What I want to get is call get leaderboard. Is the problem that I need to use get leaderboard response? matches slash leaderboard. So I don't know if I'm getting the right. Let's test out this API real quick. Get leaderboard. Get match leaderboard request. Current players limit, fine. On success. Get match leader sport text. Leaderboard response text. All right, so that's part of the problem. The other part is new leaderboard. I wonder if the, let me just double check something real quick here. So high score, I don't think, yeah, it's just called score. That's the problem. Score and rank. All right, I see what Peter did. All right, I'm starting to get Peter's approach. It's just so much code. Like, I don't know. I would rather have these as generic. Like, all of these things need to be generated out if you want typing. I don't know if it's that important to have typing.